The Clever Fox Survival Secret. The world of the clever fox. The story of the fox begins under the fading light of dusk. The forest grows quiet as the sun sinks behind the trees, yet one creature awakens with sharp eyes and quick feet. A rustle in the undergrowth, a flicker of red fur, and a long, bushy tail give away its presence. This is the fox, small in size, but mighty in mind. Foxes have lived on Earth for thousands of years, mastering the art of survival. They are found in forests, deserts, grasslands, icy tundras, and even busy cities. Few animals can adapt to so many different homes, but the fox thrives almost anywhere. Why? Because of one powerful gift, cleverness. A fox is not the strongest predator. It is not the biggest, nor the fastest. Wolves are larger, lions are stronger, and cheetahs run faster. But the fox carries an invisible weapon: intelligence. In the wild, brains often beat brawn, and the fox has learned this secret well. The first impressions: imagine walking through a quiet field at night. Suddenly, you see glowing amber eyes watching from the shadows. A fox steps out, head low, ears high, tail flowing behind like a painter's brush. Its movements are light and graceful, almost cat-like. Each paw touches the ground softly, leaving hardly a sound. The fox is both hunter and ghost, blending into its surroundings with skill. The fox is often described as cunning, sly, or even tricky. Human stories across the world paint it as the clever trickster, sometimes a hero, sometimes a thief. But these stories come from real survival behavior. The fox must think fast, act smart, and plan carefully to find food, avoid danger, and raise its young. Where the fox lives, foxes are travelers of the world. In North America, the red fox runs across meadows and forests. In the Arctic, a small white fox with thick fur survives the freezing cold. In deserts, the fennec fox with huge ears uses them to release heat and hear underground prey. In cities, foxes sneak through streets, digging into trash bins or stealing food from backyards. Wherever it goes, the fox learns the rules of the land. It studies, adapts, and changes its behavior. If snow falls, it listens for the sound of mice moving under the ice. If humans build towns, it watches people and learns when to come out safely. The fox is a master of adaptation. That is the first secret of its survival: a life between shadows. Unlike many animals that only live in the wild, foxes live in two worlds, the natural and the human. They roam fields and forests by night, but they are just as comfortable darting through the edges of cities by dawn. This balance is risky but rewarding. In the wilderness, danger comes from wolves, eagles, and hunger. Near humans, danger comes from cars, traps, and hunters. Yet in both worlds, the fox finds opportunity. A city fox knows how to cross roads when traffic is low. It knows how to sneak behind restaurants and wait for scraps. A forest fox knows how to stalk rabbits silently and how to store food for winter. The fox can read its environment like a book, always searching for the smartest move. Why cleverness matters? In nature, cleverness is more than curiosity, it is survival. The fox does not just rely on instinct, it learns. A fox can watch another animal and copy its behavior. It can test new ways of hunting. It can even remember where it buried food weeks ago. When food is scarce, the fox does not give up. It tries again and again, finding new solutions. If a rabbit escapes into a hole, the fox may dig from another side. If it cannot catch a bird, it might leap into the air, surprising its prey. This flexibility is rare in the animal kingdom. Some predators only hunt in one way. If their prey disappears, they starve. But the fox is like water, it changes shape to fit the container. That is why it has survived in deserts, icelands, forests, and cities. The human connection. Humans have long noticed the fox's cleverness. Ancient hunters respected it. Farmers feared it for stealing chickens. Storytellers used it as a symbol of trickery and wisdom. From Africa to Asia, from Europe to the Americas, foxes appear in myths, fables, and fairy tales. Why? Because people saw something familiar in the fox. Its eyes showed thought. Its movements looked calculated. Unlike many wild animals that seemed ruled by instinct, the fox seemed to think before it acted. In Japanese folklore, the kitsune is a magical fox that can shapeshift into human form, often to trick people but sometimes to protect them. In Native American stories, the fox is a guide and a teacher. In European fables, it is the clever trickster who outsmarts the stronger but slower animals. All these stories come from one truth: the fox's survival depends on its intelligence. A night in the life of a fox. Let us follow one fox through a single night. The evening begins with hunger. The fox leaves its den, nose twitching, ears turning like radar. Every sound matters. The rustle of grass might be a mouse. The flap of wings might be a bird. The faint scent on the wind might lead to food. The fox creeps low, eyes sharp. Suddenly, it freezes. A rabbit. The rabbit chews quietly, unaware. The fox steps closer, one paw at a time. The rabbit lifts its head, ears high, and bolts. Instantly, the fox explodes into motion, tail streaming, paws pounding. The chase is short. Rabbits are fast, but the fox is smarter. It predicts the rabbit's turn, cutting across the field. The rabbit makes one last leap, but the fox's jaws snap shut. Dinner is served. Later that night, the fox does something unusual. It buries part of the rabbit under loose soil and leaves. Why? Because it knows tomorrow may bring hunger again. This behavior is called caching, hiding food for later. Not many animals do this with such planning, but the fox thinks ahead. As dawn comes, the fox returns to its den. Safe in the shadows, it curls into a ball, tail wrapped around like a blanket. Another night of clever survival is complete, the first secret revealed. The first great survival secret of the fox is this: adaptability through intelligence. Unlike many animals bound by instinct, the fox can think, plan, and adjust. This makes it one of the most successful creatures on Earth, from icy tundra to burning desert, from lonely forests to crowded cities. The fox has written its story of survival not with strength, but with cleverness, and this is only the beginning. The hunter's mind, how the fox outsmarts its prey. The night belongs to hunters. Some hunt with speed, like the cheetah. Others hunt with power, like the lion. The fox, however, hunts with something different: a sharp mind. Every move is a calculation. Every step is a strategy. The fox is not the strongest predator, but it is one of the smartest, the silent stalker. The hunt often begins with silence. A fox waits, ears alert, listening to the faintest sound. The night carries whispers that only sharp ears can hear: the rustle of grass, the tiny footsteps of a mouse, or the flutter of wings above. Foxes have ears that can turn like little dishes, catching sound from many directions. The red fox, for example, can hear a mouse moving under thick snow. The Arctic fox listens for lemmings beneath the ice. The desert fennec fox can even hear insects crawling under the sand. Once the sound is clear, the fox begins to stalk. It lowers its body, moving step by step, each paw placed with care. No twig snaps, no leaf crunches. The prey continues its business, unaware that danger is near. The sudden pounce, when the moment is right. The fox uses one of its most famous hunting tricks: the pounce. Suddenly, it leaps high into the air and lands on its target with surprising accuracy. This move is so precise that scientists call it mousing. In snowy fields, the red fox often pounces headfirst into the snow, breaking through the crust to grab a hidden mouse. Observers have noted that foxes often align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field before pouncing, almost like using an invisible compass. Whether this is instinct or calculation, it shows the fox's unique ability to hunt in ways no other predator can, the trickster's methods. But the fox's hunting is not always about speed or surprise. Sometimes it is about trickery, playing dead. Some foxes have been seen lying still in the grass, pretending to be dead. Curious birds approach, thinking the danger has passed. Then, in a flash, the fox springs to life and catches them. Fake moves. A fox may chase a rabbit in one direction, then suddenly stop and cut across, predicting where the rabbit will turn. It does not waste energy, it thinks ahead, a distraction. In cities, foxes have been observed dropping food in open spaces, luring other animals closer. While the others are distracted, the fox strikes. Each of these strategies shows a hunter that does more than react. The fox plans. It experiments. It uses its brain as much as its body, the diet of a survivor, unlike lions, who mainly eat meat, or pandas, who eat only bamboo. The fox eats almost anything. This is another secret of survival. A fox's menu is wide and flexible: mice, rabbits, and birds. Frogs, lizards, and insects, berries, fruits, and seeds, leftovers from human garbage bins. This makes the fox an opportunistic feeder. If one type of food disappears, the fox finds another. In the wild, this adaptability means survival during harsh winters or dry summers. In cities, it means raiding trash cans or stealing food left out for pets. The fox never limits itself. It is clever enough to take whatever the land, or humans, offer. Caching. The fox's refrigerator. One of the cleverest survival tricks of the fox is caching, burying food for later. When prey is plenty, the fox does not eat it all at once. Instead, it hides the extra food under soil, leaves, or snow. Later, when hunting is hard, it returns to these secret spots. Caching requires memory. A fox may bury food in many different places, and weeks later, it remembers where to find it. Some scientists believe foxes use landmarks, like trees or rocks, to guide them back. This is planning, a rare skill in the animal world. The hunt in different lands. The fox's hunting changes depending on its home. In the Arctic, the white fox follows polar bears, waiting for scraps of seal meat. It also digs into snow to find hidden lemmings. In deserts, the fennec fox uses its giant ears to detect beetles and rodents underground. It digs fast, pulling them out before they escape. In forests, the red fox stalks rabbits with patience, often circling to cut off escape routes. In cities, foxes adapt by hunting rats, pigeons, and eating human waste. No matter where it lives, the fox finds a way. The hunter and the seasons. The fox's hunting style also shifts with the seasons. Spring brings plenty of food, young rabbits, insects, and fruits. Foxes hunt more to feed their pups. Summer means longer nights, perfect for stalking small prey. Foxes often teach their young to hunt during this time. Autumn is a time of storing. Foxes cache food, preparing for the cold. Winter is the hardest season. Snow hides prey, and hunger tests survival. But the fox uses its pounce, sharp hearing, and patience to find food where others fail. Each season is a test, and each season, the fox proves its cleverness, outsmarting bigger predators. The fox is small compared to wolves, bears, and eagles. But size is not everything. When danger comes, the fox uses intelligence. If wolves chase, the fox runs into thick forests where the bigger predators cannot follow. If eagles circle above, the fox hides under bushes or in dens. If humans set traps, the fox may sniff carefully and avoid them. Flipping traps over to steal the bait without getting caught. Survival is not just about fighting. For the fox, it is about thinking smart and escaping wisely. The second secret revealed. The second great survival secret of the fox is this: the hunter's mind. The fox does not only chase, it calculates. It tricks, it plans, it remembers, and it adapts its hunting style to every situation. The fox shows us that true survival is not only about strength but about strategy. It is the art of using intelligence to turn weakness into strength, challenge into opportunity, and hunger into victory. And so, the fox continues to thrive in deserts, forests, ice, and cities, not because it is the fastest, but because it is the smartest hunter in the night. Family of the fox, teaching the next generation. The story of survival is not complete without the story of family. For the fox, cleverness is not only a gift of the mind but also a lesson that must be passed on. Each generation of foxes learns from the one before, ensuring that the secrets of survival never fade. A hidden home, the den. The life of a fox family begins in a hidden place, the den. A fox den is usually a burrow dug into the earth, often under tree roots, in hillsides, or even old badger holes. Some foxes build several entrances and exits, like escape routes, in case danger comes. In spring, the den becomes the heart of fox life. Inside, it is lined with leaves, grass, and fur to keep it warm. Here, the mother fox, called a vixen, gives birth. The tiny pups, also called kits or cubs, arrive blind, deaf, and helpless. For the first weeks, they rely completely on their parents. The role of the parents: fox families work as a team. The vixen, mother, stays close to the den, nursing and protecting the pups. The dog fox, father, brings food for the mother and later for the pups. He may travel long distances each night to ensure his family is fed. In some cases, older siblings from the previous year help raise the new litter. These helpers bring food, watch over the young, and even play with them. This cooperation increases the pups' chance of survival. Learning through play. When the pups open their eyes after about 2 weeks, a new world appears. Soon, they begin exploring the entrance of the den. They tumble, wrestle, and chase each other. To a human eye, it looks like play, but in truth, it is practice. Every pounce, every chase, every tug-of-war with a stick is training for the future. Play teaches balance, speed, and hunting skills. It also teaches teamwork and awareness. By watching and copying their parents, young foxes learn how to stalk prey, how to hide, and how to react to danger. First lessons in hunting. By the time they are about a month old, the pups are ready for their first lessons in hunting. The parents begin bringing live prey to the den: small mice, insects, or birds. Instead of killing the prey right away, the parents release it in front of the pups. At first, the young ones fumble, pouncing awkwardly and missing their targets. But slowly, their movements sharpen. They learn how to freeze, how to leap, and how to strike. This training is essential. Without it, the pups would not survive when they leave the den. The bond of the family. Fox families are close-knit. The pups depend on their parents not only for food and safety but also for knowledge. The parents' patience is remarkable. The dog fox will spend hours hunting just to bring back a meal. The vixen will risk her life defending the den. In many ways, the fox family mirrors human family values: care, teaching, and sacrifice. The cleverness of the fox is not just an individual trait. It is a shared inheritance, passed down like a treasure. Voices in the night. foxes use sound to stay connected. Their voices are varied to barks, screams, howls, and quiet yips. A short bark may warn of danger. A high-pitched scream may call for a mate. Gentle yips are often used between parents and pups. These sounds form a language of survival. The pups learn to recognize danger calls, to respond to their parents, and to communicate with each other. Facing danger together, life for a young fox is full of risks. Eagles, owls, wolves, and even humans threaten the den. But the parents are always alert. The vixen often moves her pups to new dens if she senses danger. She may carry them one by one in her mouth, even at great risk to herself. The dog fox patrols the territory, marking it with scent to warn intruders. Though small compared to larger predators, fox parents rely on speed and cleverness to protect their young. Sometimes, they even use distraction, running away from the den while making noise to draw danger away from the pups. Leaving the den, by summer, the young foxes are strong enough to venture beyond the den. At first, they stay close, following their parents and practicing short hunts. Gradually, they travel farther. They chase insects, stalk rabbits, and dig for grubs. By autumn, they are almost fully grown. This is when the parents begin to step back. The lessons have been given. The time has come for the young to face the world on their own. Some foxes stay near their birthplace, creating overlapping territories with their parents. Others wander far, searching for new homes. Wherever they go, they carry with them the knowledge taught by their family, passing down cleverness. The survival of foxes depends on learning. Unlike animals that rely only on instinct, foxes mix instinct with taught behavior. A young fox that learns to cache food, to stalk silently, or to avoid humans has a better chance of survival. These lessons are remembered and later passed to their own young. This passing down of knowledge is the true secret of the fox family. It ensures that cleverness is not lost but grows stronger with each generation. The third secret revealed. The third great survival secret of the fox is this: family wisdom. The fox survives not only because of its own intelligence but because it teaches. Parents invest time and energy into raising their young, passing on the tricks of survival. In the end, the clever fox is not clever alone. It is clever because it belongs to a family that teaches, guides, and prepares the next generation. And so, as the young fox steps into the autumn night, leaving its den behind, it carries with it the gift of cleverness, a gift that will shape its future and the future of foxes everywhere. The fox and the seasons, surviving heat, cold, and change. The fox lives in a world that never stays the same. The sun rises and falls, the moon changes, and most importantly, the seasons turn. For every animal, the seasons bring challenges: heat, cold, hunger, storms, and shifting landscapes. But for the fox, each season is another test of cleverness. Spring, the time of new life. Spring begins with the thaw of ice and the return of warmth. Snow melts, rivers flow, and plants push through the soil. For the fox, spring is both a blessing and a responsibility. Food becomes more plentiful. Rabbits, birds, frogs, and insects emerge after the long winter. Berries and plants begin to grow again. The fox hunts eagerly, often caching food to prepare for sudden shortages, but spring is also the season of new life. This is when the vixen gives birth to her pups. The den becomes busy, filled with tiny cries and playful energy. The parents must work harder than ever, hunting every night to feed their growing family. In spring, the fox is both hunter and parent, balancing the need to survive with the duty to teach. Summer, the season of plenty. When summer arrives, the nights are warm and the land is rich with food. Mice, voles, rabbits, and birds are active. Insects swarm in the air. Fruits and berries grow in abundance. For the fox, summer is a time of opportunity, but it is also a time of training. Young foxes leave the den and begin exploring the world. They chase grasshoppers, leap at butterflies, and practice their hunting skills. The parents continue teaching, guiding the pups through the lessons of survival. Summer is also the season when foxes expand their territories. With long nights, they can travel farther, hunting across fields and forests. Sometimes, foxes wander into human spaces, farms, villages, or even cities, where the promise of easy food tempts them, yet summer carries hidden dangers too. Heat can drain energy. Predators are also more active. And in human areas, foxes risk being spotted and hunted. To survive, foxes learn to hunt in cooler hours, rest in shaded dens, and move with quiet caution. Autumn, the season of preparation, as summer fades. The days grow shorter and cooler. Leaves turn gold, red, and brown. The air carries the smell of change. For the fox, autumn is a season of preparation. The pups are almost grown. They now hunt with skill, chasing rabbits and caching their own food. Soon, they will leave their parents to find new territories, but autumn is not only about independence. It is also about storing for the future. The clever fox caches more than ever, hiding food under leaves, burying it in soil, or tucking it under rocks. This is the fox's refrigerator for the coming winter. Foxes also grow thicker fur in autumn, preparing their bodies for the cold. Their coats become richer and warmer, blending with the colors of fallen leaves, perfect camouflage for both hunting and hiding. In many ways, autumn is the fox's test of foresight. The fox that caches well and learns to find hidden food will face winter with strength. The fox that fails may suffer hunger when snow arrives. Winter, the season of trial. Winter is the hardest season of all. The ground freezes, snow covers the land, and prey becomes scarce. Many animals hibernate or migrate, but the fox stays. It does not sleep away the cold, it fights through it. How does a fox survive when the world turns to ice? The coat of warmth. By winter, the fox's fur is thick and insulating. Its long bushy tail wraps around its body like a blanket, keeping it warm even in snowstorms. The art of pouncing, mice and voles move beneath the snow, hidden from sight. But the fox hears them with its sharp ears. It leaps high, diving headfirst into the snow to catch them. This skill is perfected in winter, the memory of caches. The fox remembers where it buried food in autumn. Even under snow, it digs up hidden meals, surviving on what it stored months earlier, following other hunters. Sometimes, the fox shadows wolves or humans, eating leftovers from their kills. It is not too proud to scavenge. Survival is what matters. Winter also brings danger. Cold can freeze even the strongest animals. Hunger can weaken the body. But the fox, with its adaptability, finds a way to endure. It hunts by night, conserves energy by day, and never wastes a chance at food. Different foxes, different seasons. Each type of fox faces its own seasonal battles. The Arctic fox changes its coat with the seasons, white in winter to blend with snow, brown in summer to match the rocks and soil. The desert fennec fox survives summer heat with its giant ears, releasing heat and listening for underground prey. In the cooler winter nights, it curls deep into its burrow for warmth. The red fox thrives in temperate lands, adjusting its diet from fruits in summer to rodents in winter. Always finding balance, no matter where it lives, the fox adapts its cleverness to the season, the rhythm of survival. The seasons are more than just changes in weather, they are a rhythm, a cycle of life and challenge. For the fox, survival is about moving with this rhythm, never fighting it but flowing with it. Spring is for raising the young, summer is for learning and growth, autumn is for storing and preparing, winter is for endurance and patience. In each season, the fox has a strategy. In each season, the fox proves its cleverness.